Hey everybody, I wanted to go over how you submit a listing packet. So in CTM, since most of you are going to use that, you're going to go into your packet and basically you should have everything already filled out and in here. So all of the disclosures that you need, as well as any documents. And what I usually do is pull up the listing packet checklist. You're going to have seller name, property, your email address filled out, and all of these checked depending on what you have in your packet. All the ones in blue are required unless the source of water, you put that in the seller property disclosure, then you don't necessarily need that disclosure as well. So I keep this up to make sure that I have everything that I need. And it also tells you how to create the name of the loop. So that's why I have it up as well. So what you're going to do is after you have everything that you need on your checklist, so here's the MLS page, and everything else is filled out, you can click on Save All, and you're going to select all. Now, if you have a seller net sheet or something else that you don't need in there, then obviously you can unselect, but then you're just going to click Download, and it's going to create a zip file. And so I go into my client's folder in my computer, and I'm just going to save the zip file. So then you are going to go into Elevate, go into Forms and .loop, go to .loop, and this should pull up this for you, and you're just going to click Add Loop. Now I'm going to add in my real address because otherwise it won't create the loop well, and so you're going to put in the property address. Now, do not use any templates because Equity Corporate uses .loop for all of their contracts, but since here in Colorado we normally use CTM, this is going to pull in a bunch of templated contracts that we don't need because we're just going to pull in the PDFs that CTM just downloaded. So you're going to skip that. If you want to add a photo, you can, and then it's basically created the loop. So you're going to view the loop. Oh, it came up with the wrong address in Maryland, but that's okay because the first step is to change this title of the loop, and we are going to match what our payroll at corporate wants the loop to look like. So I usually just copy that, go back into my loop, and just change it right from here. So your agent name, whether it's a listing packet or a buyer packet, so seller, buyer, the client's name, and then the address. We will actually put in the right address in Colorado. And this title is super important because it's the easiest way for payroll corporate-wise to find the file and keep them organized, as well as myself. So then we're going to go back into the loop. You can see that the title stays the same. So now it's easiest if you drag and drop. If you do browse, for some reason, when you go into that, the zip file does not come up. And I'm not a tech person, so I don't know why, but if you can figure that out, that's fine. But what I do is I just go into the client's file, go into that zip file, and I select all of these using Shift and Select. And then I just drag them over here. Once it turns green, I know it's going to drop them all in. So now it has dropped in all of your documents. And so we're going to select the transaction type, which is a listing for sale. and select status, and let's do an active listing, because within 24 hours you need to have submitted this file once it goes on MLS. And then we're going to submit for review, because all of these should already be filled out. So you're just dropping PDFs in there. Submit for review, and you want to submit it to me. So assistant broker review, and click submit. Once you do this, I'm going to get a notification that your file is ready to submit or to review. And I'm going to go in and review all of your documents to make sure we're in compliance. I can message you and let you know what's missing, or if there's a document that's not fully filled out, or I need something else. After that, you could come back in, do the same thing, just drop your files in. And that's how you submit a listing packet. Thanks, guys. Contact me if you have any questions.